finally got working again, which thankfully technical difficulties I was having earlier seem to be resolved. Let's get on some draft. Well, I still have, let's say, an hour and a half. Till October 15th, 2020, each entry includes a bonus full art basic land. And so, I've already got so got one player draft token and enough gold for 2 drafts, so I get the feeling we're only gonna have time for 1 draft tonight. I got swamped. Yeah, I'm already going an hour past my usual end of stream time. So we've got Cherry Charger, Battlefield, +1/+1 counter on it. It was caked at the beginning of your set. Cherry Charger doesn't have a +1/+1 counter on it, returning to its owner's hand. Sting, Zul's Fury. Basically a fling with a land on the back. Yeah, sure, Shadow Skull Charger seems alright. The Commenting Voice got a reprint. We get a wizard, at least one wizard, rogue, and cleric now, then let's go for Rock Axe, since it'll since it goes well with warriors. Expedition Champion, +2 if you control another warrior. When Ardent Electromancer is a battlefield, add one red for each new creature in the party. As the way things are going, we'll probably have at least 2 creatures in our party, even if we cast that, so... If we're using red to get warriors and wizards, we might want to look... I want to say black for rogues, and yeah, black or green for our rogue and cleric. If we want to try and get a full party going, because well, clerics are primarily in white. There are no warriors, there are no rogues in white, so. Right now, we're mostly getting warriors. Scourge Raider in this battlefield for his kick against haste until on his turn. Another warrior. That could be good if we end up going white as our second color, since most drafts are 2 colors. Oh, and here's a rogue. Now you have up to 3 creatures in our party. All within one color. But since since red doesn't have any clerics, I think. Yeah. Because each color except for green has one of the four creature types named for party that lacks. White has everything but rogues. Blue has everything but warriors. Black has everything. Black has everything but wizards, I think. And red has everything but clerics. It's gonna like Sentinel was kicked. Nose valve with 2+1 counters on it. You have to kick it to be able to guarantee that it can attack. You're not sure I'll go with the Ox. Just in case we end up going fully red and white. Though being able to make one of our creatures indestructible while at instant speed is pretty good. Sharn the Implacable Earth. It's green and white, so probably not. Thundering Spark Mage cares about number of creatures in the party, which you can have up to 3 currently, as we have everything but clerics. And warrior could be pretty good because nothing else we can put him down as a slightly worse mountain. If the game goes long, we can then actually play him from hand, and then as a creature. Spell one cast one less to cast if an opponent controls no non-basic lands. Deadly Alliance could be pretty good, but with our current party setup, here's a cleric, so with our maximum party setup, we can get Deadly Alliance off for 1 black mana. Oh, but Kargan World Leader, I think we might want to go red-white as much as we're getting some good black stuff. Kargan World Leader is a payoff for all of these warriors those we've been getting. We've got 6 warriors, well 5 not counting World Leader. So that seems pretty good, honestly. Especially if we're going for something a bit aggressive. Which, you know, that's Red's MO. Ooh, Stonework Heck Beast is also a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. Sure. It can just count as a cleric for party, basically. You know, I just gotta wait for packs to get passed down, mostly from this person. Now we're starting to get some good black stuff, so maybe black is open. Like... The warrior payoff has a lot of potential. Who's to say we're even gonna be playing all that many of these non-warriors anyway? Let's maybe start. Ooh. Another thing that cares about warriors. Notice battlefield tapped. Sure. Oh, that seems like it could be alright. Tabarak's Hope's Demise. I'm not playing that many clerics. So maybe just a Scorch Rider? What's this music? Oh, it's a song from Danganronpa 2 that I'm not sure was actually even appeared in the game. I think it might be from one of the post-game modes or something. Feeling this person isn't tracking much in the green. But sure, well, let's pick that up. There seems to be a lot of black going around, but like it's gonna be tough to play. It would be tough to play Kargan War Leader and have a lot of black at the same time. You'll take down damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Seems like decent removal. Plus, it can be played as a land, and if we need it. I think we might be hitting Boros on this one. Black's definitely an option to switch to. You know, after we've built the deck. Goblin Warrior, as long as it's equipped, it has haste. Whenever Fireblade Charger dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. There's also Song Mad Treachery. A little expensive for limited, I'd say. Words effect in limited. Relic Robber, 0-1 colorless goblin. I don't know if that creature okay, with this creature can't block another begin. Neat. Guess we're taking a Rubble Fort. Ox. Teeter Peak Ambusher, another warrior. We've got 10 warriors now. And there's an 11th. We actually have 12th, depending on how it counts Stonework Pack Beast in that list. Because I mean, it is also a Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard. First of all, get that out of there. Let's see. Give us 17 lands. So we can probably drop at least a couple of those. Since we've got creatures that can be played at. Since we've got cards that can be played as lands in a bind. Probably cut some of the Oxes, and since we're probably going to be hoping to get games done fast, with things like the McKindy Ox and Echoing Warrior being more long term, or just simply something that we can get out extra fast with the Ardent Electromancer. Well, Ardent Electromancer most gets you 4 mana if you have a full party, so well, let's. I'm actually feeling the spare supplies just doesn't seem like it does enough. See. I'd say it isn't counting the Stonework Pack Beast just by its type line, not including its ability that says it's also a Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard. I mean, that's the only that's effectively the one Cleric we have. Let's check out the Spitfire thing. Not sure it's Sneaking Guide. I think we can go with 1 over the minimum. Let's see how this goes. You've got an hour left in the stream just about. Right. Also, Strike, Relic Axe, and Scorch Rider. I think I'm gonna mulligan that. I had to get something that I can play a little bit earlier. That didn't give me any lands of the right colors. Right. I think I'll swap out, but Pressure Point. And Night Runner on the bottom. Just hope Expedition Champion is enough to I have to work until I can get another creature in hand. We're playing black-white of some kind. Yep, life gain. I think I'll wait until I get a creature out. I'll have to start playing my equipment, since that way I can just auto-attach it. But seem to be playing Cleric Tribal, perhaps, since get Cleric of Life new spawn, which thrives when you have other clerics. So Expedition Champion. As long as this guy survives, use the next turn, it's gonna be able to pack a pretty good punch. Multiple equipments to get auto-attached. Relic Axe. Auto-attach it. This is the Expedition Champion. And another Relic Axe. To make Expedition Champion into a 6/5. Just slam. Ooh. Ow. That's what I get for keeping a hand that didn't have very many early plays, I guess. But hey, it was resolved quickly, so maybe we will have time for multiple tracks tonight. The rest of my matches, tonight end up being anywhere near that fast. I mean, ideally I'll last a bit longer or against my next opponent. Right, so we've got Cabira Takedown, Fireblade Charger, Electromancer, Grotag, Midnight Runner, and Relic Robber. Seems to be an actually decent hand this time. Fireblade Charger, not equipped, so doesn't get haste. Gonna Mountain and Pink One. And Plains. Let's see. I don't have. I guess I could Cabira Takedown. To get rid of that Fearless Fledgling. It gains flying when landfall happens. That's a pressure point. Just like tap that down momentarily. You know what? Gonna play Comb's Teeth just to get some additional mana ready. Oh boy. You know what? Relic Rubber? Guess that gets, that'll get my party up to 3. When Thundering Spark Mage it hits a field. And so Thundering Spark Mage can just take Archon of Emeria down. Boom. Right. Ardent Electromancer. Gain 3 red. You know what? Grotag Night Runner. Oh, it's when it deals combat damage to the player, not when it enters the battlefield. Right, so got a bunch of creatures, but pretty much any of them will die if they have to go toe to toe with any of the creatures. And the one creature that could have actually defeated the Shepherd of Herd of Heroes is already dead. You know what? Go forth, Ardent Electromancer. Ooh. Resolute Strike. So I'm going to swing these 2. Or if we're just gonna block there, then Ardent Electromancer gets +2/+2, and you get a thing that deals 1 damage to you at the beginning of your upkeep and can't block. It's just, you know, a pretty worthless creature. Each creature with a +1/+1 counter on it has Menace. I'm just gonna keep swinging with Ardent Electromancer. I'm pretty sure I'm dead, but because I mean, yeah. Yep. Especially once they buff their creatures. Hey, maybe next match will be better. nothing else, I got some golden XP and we'll get 50 gems in one packet, heck if nothing else. So we've got Pressure Point, an Ornament Rage, an Electromancer, and a Coon Warrior. Now, having only one fairly expensive creature in hand proved to be very bad last time. I may kept a hand like that, so let's go with this hand of 3 lands and multiple 3 mana creatures, multiple 3 to 4 mana creatures. At least to have time to do something, maybe. Mountain. Like 3 different colors. Plains. See, we've got. Let's go with the Charger. Can't kick it yet. But hey, it's a 4/3 with the haste and trample. It just happens to bounce back to my hand at end of turn. You know, it's basically the like rush mechanic, I think it was called, back in Comms Block. Right. Not play as Scorch Rider. Unkicked because it kicked is 6 mana. And I don't have that much yet. I don't entirely trust them holding back that Magmatic Channeler. Since, you know, they know I've got a Shadow Skull Charger in hand. You know what? This time I'm gonna kick him. He costs a whole 5 mana, but he's also a 5/4 that stays around on the field. And all that at the end of my turn. Provided that he doesn't, like, die. I knew that kind of... I knew I didn't trust them holding back that creature, and now I know why. But hey, now they have one less copy of that. It looks like they built their deck around instants and sorceries. They've almost got enough instants. They've almost got enough instants and sorceries in their graveyard to have the effect active. I'm gonna play an Expedition Champion and Relic Axe, because then I can pop it on Scorch Rider and get a better swing. You know, 6-4 versus is 4-3. Ooh, that. Are you kidding me? Oh, they didn't block it. Even though they very well could have, they did not block it. Which means if they swing out, oh, they're just about toast. Because they're saying they're at 8. Well, I mean, they did also just bring out a big thing. Just gonna block that. And hope that it doesn't prove to be a mistake, and it was not. Alright, I have 2 creatures in my party. What can... You can get that count to 3. If I play the Night Runner first. So, gonna swing out. Oh, dang it. Oh, wait! It still dies. He's a Grotag Night Runner. Shit. I miscounted my mana. So... Verazol, the Split Current, still gets to live another turn. Because I miscounted. How much mana I had available to do that whole move with. Let's see, it's 2 mana to move that. You know what, I'm gonna swing the Night Runner. When this guy enters, when he enters, I have one creature in my party. So at least he did something. I was able to use him to take out that big creature. I wasn't able to use him to take out Verazol, but I'm still getting some pretty hard hits from Verazol as a result. Scorch Rider with haste. Move the Relic Axe over to Scorch Rider. And you want to swing out. Well, I guess really I could have kept the Spark Mage back and just chump blocked Verazol with it, but It doesn't look like they have another nerd trigger for that. Because if they had, then I would already be dead. I'd be pretty much dead. Ooh, Kabira Outrider. Give a creature +2/+2 until end of turn. Because I have 2 creatures in my party. It's just gonna swing the Scorch Rider. And hey, if it gets real bad, I can double block Verazalt, all with Kabira Outrider and Thundering Spark Mage and kill it. Not a fan of that. Cleric of Chill Depths. And I'm especially not a fan of getting smacked in the face for these with that much damage. With flying. It didn't really accomplish much. Might as well just deal with that. So rip the bandage off. Wait. Let's see. I can almost kill them. If I can just deal the tiniest bit more damage. I can also just stop them from killing me. So... well, fuck. They just immediately give their biggest creature flying. If only I'd killed it earlier. Well, at least got 50 gems and gems in the pack. I like the new set. I haven't collected my rewards. Get back there, claim prize. Also, I think there's a code. Although they have to promote the new set, so. Yep, code redeemed successfully. Got 3 additional packs. No Priest of Oblivion. So if it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty good, at least if you can kick it. Whenever lands the battlefield under control, gain have Locus of Creation. Whenever on that Locus of Creation on this battlefield, draw a card. Whenever landing on this battlefield under control, you gain 4 life. If this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn, if it's the second time, add red, green, white, blue. If it's the third time, Omnath deals 4 damage to each opponent, each planeswalker you don't control. Scute Swarm. believe that's a reprint. Neverland's battlefield control created 1/1 green insect creature token, and if you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scute Swarm instead. Ooh. I've got a deck that I've been tinkered around with for Historic that would love that. Valka Exploration. Whenever land in this battlefield under control, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Beginning of your end step, there are cards exiled with Valka Exploration. Put them into their owner's graveyard. Then Valka Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. Interesting. But I've only got about a half hour left in the stream, so let's actually do some Historic instead out of another draft. I've got this deck right here that loves to get some good insects going, since it's built primarily around Azoni, because basically what you do is you play Azoni, get a whole bunch, you mill yourself until you can get Azoni out. Play Azoni, get a whole bunch of insects. If you get Sir Conrad on the field, and then Witch's Vengeance selecting insects, your opponent takes damage for each insect you brutally murder. So you can if your opponent is low enough on life, you can murder them via squashing some bugs, basically. Let's pop that Scute Swarm in here. Maybe I should actually include some more insect creatures, just to add more fodder for the combo. But first things first, I haven't actually been using Growing Rights all that much, so let's put Scute Swarm in there, and in place of that. Let's see. Crawl Harpooner could be good. It's +X+O, where excess number of creature cards in the graveyard, then you may have Crawl Harpooner fight that creature. Let's see. Probably actually with one less land, since usually mana dorks are considered to be worth about half a land, so Skull Prophet, Skull Prophets effectively counts as a land. And as far as mana is concerned, so let's throw in a Crawl Harpooner. Let's try out this updated version of Spiral Advance, which is named for a song by Lemon Demon off of the Spirit Phone album. So let's see if we can become a hurricane by demolishing our opponent via bugs. See, Forest Swamp, Glowspore Shaman, melt 3 cards. You may put a land card back on top. Fortunately, we lost the Liliana. It's that self-mill. play the swamp. Yeah, swing with the Glow Spore Shaman, and why not? Fortunately, we've got ways of bringing things back from. We have ways of bringing target permanent back from our graveyard. Alright, Scute Swarm is almost a go. Time to start making bugs. Granted, I don't have enough lands to get the full Scute Swarm effect just yet. Venomous Hierophant. You know, get rid of one of these large creatures that keep swinging at me. Oh, and Heliod's a creature now. And of course they don't swing with creatures that are actually vulnerable to Death Touch. Really need to do something about that Healer's Hawk. Let's swing with Glow Spore Shaman and Venomous Hierophant. I think I've probably lost this one. It just kind of got overpowered real fast. Yeah. There's not really much I can do about the situation at that point. Let's try again. And on a maybe somewhat easier opponent. And depending on what, because I mean, I've won a fair number of games with this deck, so this is just the first time I'm playing it on stream, so you know, there's not really all that much evidence that I've actually won with this deck at all so far. I mean, I've got a thing that's supposed to track my results, so that'll show whether I've won anything or not. Like Glow Spore Shaman, which is Vengeance, Hierophant, and Tuazoni's decent enough. The Shaman can help us fix our mana. In addition to just being a 3/1 creature. We've got Shadow Spirit already. I don't have anything with Hexproof or Indestructible anyway, so. Alright. Got Swamp to pop back on top. Swamp. Another Glow Spore Shaman. And get Woodland Cemetery to pop back on top. And 3 damage to the face. Oh boy, it's Vito. Venomous Hierophant. Ooh, got Pelucranos into my graveyard. Swing with the Shamans. And here's Phyrexian Obliterator. Which, hey, at least I've got a creature with Death Touch, so I can put down Phyrexian. I think I spoke too soon. Yep. You know what? Here, sacrifice a creature. You got some good creatures over there. Sacrifice one. You know what? Also, now it's just their Phyrexian Obliterator left. And it's now a 6 eggs with trample and lifelink, but Zoni. So now I can get 6 eggs insects, and so I can just double block the Obliterator and then sacrifice the bugs. Granted, I'll still take 4 damage since the Glow Spore Shamans can only absorb up to 2, but it'll still get the Obliterator out of the way. Go on, do whatever it is you're planning. Any day now. Any day now. You could probably actually triple block with a Zoni, a bug, and a Glow Spore Shaman. And then I can sacrifice my just like remaining creatures at that point, because I'd have right. Just gonna triple block that way, because that absorbs more Phyrexian Obliterator damage and still kills the Obliterator, provided they don't buff it somehow. Then sacrifice 3 permanents, and then 2 permanents, and then 1 permanent from the bug dealing damage to the Obliterator. And then play another Zoni. Because I just conveniently have one in my hand. And get 9 more bugs. The joys of having a bunch of expendable creatures. The Binding of the Titans. Then swing 11. As long as they don't bring it back to hand or battlefield, before my next turn, I can exile the Phyrexian Obliterator before they can get onto the field again. So, just gonna exile those 2 cards and gain 2 life doing it. Let's see, have any Any permanents I want to bring back to my hand? Whisper could be good. So, Enclave Affliction. Get Whisper back into my hand. If I don't have any real means of I don't have a means of casting Whisper just yet, so I might start sacking some bugs soon. So it's gonna give me a little bit of life, but I mostly just need card draw. If I can get Pelucranos out, then he can fight the Nightmare Shepherd directly. Gonna sacrifice a bug, gain 1 life and draw a card. Return target the creature or land card to your hand, or graveyard to your hand. Choosing Pelucranos. Again, just play Pelucranos. And have it fight the Nightmare Shepherd. Sure, that puts Pelucranos at 1. 1+1 counter, but it gets rid of the Nightmare Shepherd. And they conceded. Still got about a half hour of no stream time left. Right, let's just keep going with Spiral Advance, I guess. Since it was pretty effective in the last game. Right, this time we've got 3 lands, Journey to Eternity, which is Vengeance, Pelucranos, and Binding of the Titans. That seems like it could be a decent hand, so let's go with it. Forest. Cemetery. Binding of the Titans. Oh boy. Feeling that they're playing either of those renowned weaponsmith. I haven't seen that guy in a while. Just gonna exile those 2 cards from the graveyard. Swamp and pass. Just hope that they're not playing some kind of like Ugin and unrelated deck or something. Midnight Clock. Seems like they might just be basic control. Like the number of artifacts concerns me because when you're playing Ugin, you want to have a fair number of colorless creatures so that you can be sure that your creatures won't get hit when you exile a bunch of shit with Ugin. I mean, they could just be using Paladin Mirror for the extra mana. Playing search for his Kanta, so probably some sort of just like mono blue control. Journey to Eternity on Pelucanos and Will Spore Shaman. Pop a Swamp back on top. Then swing for 6. Just gotta hope they don't have a way of bouncing Pelucanos back or something. They milled themselves also. Choose target artifact card in your graveyard to make that's that card this turn. I don't trust that. Like, I don't trust that his opponent's playing anything that lets them bring things back from their... lets them... You know... Like, usually if somebody's playing an oddball card like Emery, Lurker of the Lock, they're doing something wild with it. Most likely. So let's just nip that potential problem in the bud if we can. So unless they've got like an unsummon or something, then they don't really have a response for that. And oh wait, they could have played something by tapping Paladin Mirror or even the Midnight Clock, so technically they had 4 mana available. So they weren't nearly as tapped out as their lands might suggest. Just gonna swing 6. We've got 7 or more cards in the graveyard. Wait, no, that's just Azcanta doing its thing. Now they have 7 or more, so Azcanta's doing its full thing. At the top 4 cards of your library may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. I've got Stone Coil Serpent. Now I'm gonna Venomous Hierophant. And Binding of the Titans. So now if they swing at me with the Serpent, I can just block with the Hierophant. You're not seeing any sign of anything particularly... Oh, and here comes the bullshit. Exactly on schedule. No, I'm surprised they went for deal 3 damage. In retrospect, it probably should have at least waited to see what they did with Ugin. But honestly, I've seen Ugin so many fucking times doing the exact same bullshit that I'm just kind of tired of seeing him, honestly. Like, if I could have one card be banned in this format, it would probably be him. Let's see, Skull Prophet, Acolyte, and Binding of the Titans should be good enough. I mean, it looks like we're playing against an aggressive deck now, so... Crawl. Alright, Crawl Harpooner. Do your thing. Or not. Oh, it has to be flying. Right. Alright. Get rid of that 1/1 goblin. Close for Shaman. Honestly, now that I remember that it has that clause, Call Harpooner was looking less useful, honestly. And there goes Call Harpooner into exile. Gonna take the 1 in that case. Acolyte of Affliction. Now get Liliana back into my hand, since that's one of the cards that's one of the few cards I have in this deck that can bring any permanent back, not just creatures, right? Got enough to make Tajik, give Tajik a first strike, so just gonna block, has the Marshal, and just see how that turns out. I can just minus this Tajik to death as soon as Lily hits the field anyway. So minus the death. Grand Lily's also gonna die soon, most likely, because she's a prime target now. Now with her 1 loyalty. Although depending on how many creatures they swing at her, I might be able to block enough for her to survive. Nope. Not at all. Guess I'm just blocking 1 goblin. Oh wait, they only attacked her with 2 creatures. I actually could have saved her if I thought a little bit harder about that. Oh well, I'll just have to get something else. Just have to find Broker back or something. Finding the Titans. Right, in an effort to start... I'm pretty much gonna have to kill the war bosses to really make a dent. The sheer number of creatures that they have. And here's exactly the guy to do that. Good old Pelucranos. Since he has the ability to just attack a target creature. So now they're down to one Legion War Boss. Also, rather than two, so I can start making a dent in their horde over there. Right, I think I'll get Sir Conrad back to my hand from the graveyard. First, gonna deal with the remaining war boss and that guy. And then play Stitcher Supplier, I guess. Gets me a blocker. I mean, Pelucranos is gonna be back. I could just need 6 mana and some good targets for exiling from a graveyard. Which I have 21 cards in my graveyard right now, so... Wait, Sir Conrad. Then Binding of the Titans. That's another avenue I can use to get Pelucranos back. I'll probably get a Zoni back into my hand instead. Since I can make 15, I can make 14 insects with her. And they just gave up at that point, so too bad. You don't get to have her 14 insects. I mean, it's not like we could have gotten the combo off. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they're the one means I have for killing all of my bugs en masse. That was already in my graveyard at that point. Right. Locktrain, Cemetery, Forest, Supplier, Triton, Liliana, and Conrad. Seems a good place to start. Especially if we draw a swamp. Since we're on the draw of this game. So this is gonna be the last match of the night most likely because it's almost 3 AM. Playing at least green and white, and forest, and pass. Got Soul Warden, so life gain. Fire Triton. Soul Warden is pretty bad for me. Because she'll offset all the life that they'll lose. Because by giving them life when I get hit the bugs, she'll offset the life lost from me killing all the bugs. Temple of Melody, Journey to Eternity, he's good early on. Supplier, oh shit, just milled my Journey to Eternity, so I have to retrieve it with something we can bring back any permanent. And Risk the Redeemed. Ooh, I kind of forgot he was in this format. Right, Forest, Liliana, and you know what? Risk can go bye-bye. We can start making tons and tons of elves. And hey, I've got enough creatures to block what they've got in the field, so as long as they don't kill or pacify one of my creatures, there's Liliana can last until at least my next turn, most likely. Oh boy, Griffin and Airy. I've stunted their life gain quite a bit, so so we're gonna have to start discarding cards soon, thanks to Liliana. Block Drain, Hierophant. I'll discard an Azoni. I only really need one in hand at a time. First I roam games. That doesn't actually do a whole lot. Not to me, so Conrad. Player or discards a card. I'll discard the other Zoni. I've got ways of bringing her back anyway. Plus, that gets a trigger off of Sir Conrad. Well, he's almost got enough loyalty to survive. Not even another -3. I mean, getting her emblem would be real good, but I think my big priority right now is getting rid of that Soul Warden so that I can then get Azoni onto the field without basically giving them a bunch of life. Close for Shaman. And sure, I'll pop a Block Drain back onto my back on top of my library. And we've got another Soul Warden. So now I have to kill 2 Soul Wardens if I want to stop them from gaining a bunch of life off of Zoni whenever she comes onto the field. Right. Lock Twain. I'm gonna minus. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna minus the Griffin. It won't swing just yet. They're gonna gain another 3 life. I can only really do so much. I've got another Iron Games. And another Risk. Oh boy. Yeah, this deck is just being the bane of my existence. Right. Binding of the Titans. Oh hey, got 3 Acer Conrad triggers at least. They have to discard the 1 card they have in hand. Then draw with Castle Locked-Twain, I guess. You know what? Mill. Lily's probably dead, seeing as how they've got Griffin that also has 3 +1/+1 counters on it. And we're gonna get another Griffin at the end of this turn. At this point, fuck it, I'm out of this match. I've managed to run into a deck that's pretty much completely impervious to my whole strategy with this one. So, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Hey, it's 3:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you all for watching. Next stream will be me on Saturday with Crusader Kings 2, and the next stream of Arena will be maybe a Tuesday, as I usually have it on the poll for viewer's choice. I'm gonna find somebody streaming either Age of Wonders or Arena. Probably Arena, because I'm pretty sure the Age of Wonders 1 category was fairly dead and is now going to be even deader now that I'm done streaming that game for a while. Yep, no results found. But fortunately, there's plenty of people while streaming Arena. It's just a matter of choosing one. I'm not sure, let's go with this person. So, thank you all for watching. And the next stream will be on Saturday, and I'll have something different for the Thursday time slot next week, as we wrapped up the Age Wonders Cult of Storms campaign, and tonight, wait.